Are you starting to see how important the leadership team's role is? The team really does get to the nitty-gritty of the real substance decision-making in their school. Just like in the previous clip, where the principal, alongside the leadership team, saw an instructional need and took the steps to fulfill that need. I'd like to again highlight the words decisions of real substance. This is the core work of the leadership team, doing the work that it takes to improve teaching and learning. This next clip sheds light on another perspective of the substance in the work that their leadership team does, how to build up the school by breaking down the tasks. Let's take a look.
We are the leadership team for the school. When teachers don't have opportunities to actually break things down and put it where you can look at it and see what needs fixing, what doesn't, the challenges, the risks that are involved in meeting these challenges, this team comes together and we make that work. I love the fact that the other staff respects that we're going to make decisions for the school that are for the best of the school, but I also love the fact that this is a team that can take suggestions or criticisms and make them work for the team. And I like that we actually break things apart and then build them back up for the betterment of the school.
We'll now move on to the last couple of indicators for Part 2. The school's leadership team regularly looks at school performance data and aggregated classroom observation data and uses that data to make decisions about school improvement and professional development needs. The leadership team reviews the principal's summary reports of classroom observations and takes them into account in planning professional development. Did you think we'd forgotten about data? Not a chance. You recall the informal and formal observations that a principal makes and then aggregates into a report that shows strengths and weaknesses in instruction, absent teachers' names. Well, combine this data with student learning data and there is a lot for a leadership team to talk about. At the school level, data are used to identify instructional areas that need school-wide improvement. At the classroom and program levels, data are used to determine areas of teaching and learning weakness, which informs professional development planning. And at the student level, data are used to plan individualized instruction to meet specific student needs. Let's visit that high school leadership team one more time as they reflect on the implementation of what they call homeroom. The team analyzed data and found a correlation between student grades and attendance. The team's goal was to motivate their students to have better attendance and in turn improve student learning by engaging them through relationship building at school, student to student and student to teacher. Let's listen.
We were looking at data that kind of gave us an idea of where we were in terms of student achievement and contributing factors. And I know we ran the D&F lists last year. I think it was for the first semester. And we also did kind of a cross-analysis of attendance. And what we found were way too many D's and F's, and in case not only was it in maybe the freshman class, but it was all the way through, that we had a too large a percentage of D's and F's for our liking. The other thing was there seemed to be a correlation that there were some kids that had like one D or F, but more than likely you had students that had multiple failures. They were disengaged, not doing what we'd hoped they would do in things. So the idea of the homeroom, I think, came forth from the idea of how can we impact that and get kids to engage, to be part of it, and what can we do as a school to help monitor and assist those kids.
We are able to sit down with each individual student if need be and say, all right, let's take a look at where we are, let's take a look at your grades, and not just why are you failing here, why haven't you turned this in, but also the flip side, praising them. This is awesome. I see last time in your algebra class you struggled on this test, but this unit you're doing much better.
For the academic side of it, to improve, we needed to change the way they felt about school.
Right.
And so they would have a better approach. And being in homeroom all 4 years, they do. We do create some unity. They do have some togetherness, and with that, that we felt that if they felt strongly about the school, the grades would come along.
Can you see the value in the leadership team's use of data to make decisions? They have really seen results in student achievement by implementing this homeroom concept throughout their school. How can your team have the same impact on school improvement? There must be alignment and connection between the leadership team, the instructional teams, and the various other specialty teams that may exist in a school, individualized education plan team. And this alignment occurs through ongoing communication and organized meeting structures that include agendas, minutes, and agreements. Here, a leadership team member explains how and why her team utilizes not only data gleaned from test scores, but also aggregated classroom observation data, a key element in maintaining alignment and connection.
And the data from test scores and things like that, that's another one that we touch on constantly. We're often revising that information because data is more than just the benchmark test. And, we have to remind several team members, well, it's not just that data, it's other data. It's data from accelerated reading, accelerated math, your STAR test. You also have your classroom observations. You have your teacher observations. So we're always looking at that data.
So, can you see how the use of various data prevents tunnel vision and allows decision-making based on all of the facts? Good stuff. The role of the principal, together with the work of the leadership team, supplies critical leadership to the school. The focus of the school is on teaching and learning, and doing what it takes to see that both improve. The work of the leadership team sets us up nicely for the final part of this course, professional development. We'll see you in Module 3.